Hey guys, Languagehacker here, and now with the patch notes coming out today, I wanted to give you guys a quick video on what my thoughts are on the nerfs, the changes, and what I expect the meta to look like leading up to the next expansion, United in Stormwind. So let's dive right in. There's been 3 main changes, 2 for Priest, 1 for Druid. Priest, first change, Apotheosis, has changed from +2/+3 to +1/+2. So 1 less attack and 1 less health. Lifesteal's the same, Holy's the same, mana cost is the same. This reduces the burst healing you get from Samuro. It slightly reduces the healing you get off of just jamming Apotheosis on a minion in general. I think this is a good change. One of the biggest problems, I think, with Apotheosis was the Samuro huge lifesteal swing, where you can just get blown out of the game entirely because you kind of have to all in against Priest and the removal, and then they just swing back the board. So this should help a little bit with that. It does reduce the burst from Samuro, but it's still pretty strong as just sticking it on a minion and lifestealing and sustaining yourself that way. So I think this was actually a pretty good change. Second up, we got Renew. This is kind of a bigger change. So Renew has been changed to 2 mana. Everything else is the same. It still restores 3 health, and you still discover spell. Now, there are multiple implications here. And I'm going to try to kind of spitball all of them. First of all, you can't get this off Wandmaker anymore, which makes Wandmaker worse in the deck. And we'd have to consider now whether or not Wandmaker is still to be included in stuff like Control Priest. It's going to be a slight hit to Miracle Priest as well, but most people don't play that. Yeah, I don't know. You probably, I mean, you do still run Renew absolutely 100% in all of your in all the Priest decks. The question is now whether or not you run Wandmaker, so that's an implication. Another implication is the fact that you can't go Xyrella as quickly because now Renew costs an extra mana. So a Xyrella clear to get a Token Druid board, a Hunter board, a Rogue board. Wiped early gets delayed by a turn, which is actually pretty relevant. So this, with the Samuro change, might make Priest a little more killable, which is good. I guess that's the purpose of these changes. Yeah, obviously discounting Renew off of Palm Reading will now have it be set to 1 mana instead of 0, which allows for less flexibility. You have to kind of plan out your turn more accordingly with the mana. In general, the generation cycle will be kind of lessened because you can't go Wandmaker into Renew, raise dead Wandmakers, get more Renews, and etc. In practice, I don't think it's going to change the generation that much, but cutting Wandmakers will mean that if that ends up being the plan, cutting Wandmakers will reduce some of the generation of the deck, also from Draconic Studies and whatnot. Now, it is more likely now if you're running Wandmaker, you get Draconic Studies, Flash Heal, Smite, and Focused Will. I think that's the 4 other ones, and those are still pretty good cards. Obviously not as good as Renew, but Draconic Studies, Flash Heal, still pretty useful, especially with Xyrella, with Sethic, even with Focused Will with Sethic. So I think this change is also pretty good, but I don't think this is going to affect the generation. This is just going to affect survivability in terms of getting your board clears and actually being able to spend mana efficiently. So I do like this change as well. Third, we've got Token Druid. Gibberling is just changed to 2 mana. Everything else is the same. And this is to prevent, from their comments here, it's to prevent non-games where you just get blown out on turn 1 or 2 because they just have Gibberling on coin with Bloom and Power of the Wild, and the game pretty much just ends for 85 to 90% of decks. Now, that can still happen. They just need 1 more mana to do it. So this doesn't completely fix the problem, but it does decrease the frequency at which it happens, and it gives you a bit more time to find the removal in your deck that happens to clear 6 Dribblings on turn 3. Yeah, I still think this is going to be a problem, but I'm glad that they've adjusted it a little bit to at least decrease the amount of games that are bottom rights. Now, these are the only 3 changes. There's some bug fixes for Battlegrounds, but I don't care about that. I am still incredibly upset that they are not changing Skull, Secret Passage, or Mind Render. I think these have been really problematic cards for as long as they've been in the game, and even though Skull and Mind Render and Passage have all been nerfed, I still think they're much too powerful, and we'll see some of that pop up a bit more as now Priest gets less popular in theory because of these nerfs, because we're going to see a lot more Rogue, we're going to see a lot more Demon Hunter as well, OTK Demon Hunter, because Priest is a bad matchup for both of those. So the reduction in popularity of Priest will increase the popularity of, in theory, Lifesteal OTK Demon Hunter, and Rogue. And Skull is an illegal card, and so is Passage. I think it's, yeah, I don't know. Broken record. Much too powerful. Please change those cards. Otherwise, I'm happy with these 3 changes, but I wish we had some more changes. Maybe the expansion will make it so that those cards aren't problematic, but I highly doubt that. Yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know what kind of stuff you guys want to see. Have a great day. Sit tight till the expansion. See you guys.